everyone. Today we will learn how the digestion process takes place from the mouth till the anus. Let's start. Now, food is the food which we take in is actually in a complex form. So there are two reasons why this saliva is secreted by the salivary glands. Make sure that enzymes are also known as biocatalysts. So So, food which we take in is complex in nature. There are two reasons why saliva is secreted by the salivary glands. Now, the first reason why saliva is secreted is that the linings of our esophagus is soft. Hence, the food which is rough and no, which is rough and tough cannot be taken into the esophagus. Hence, it should be made smooth and soft, which can therefore, due to which the food can easily, or you could say bolus, could easily pass the esophagus towards stomach. Now, for this one reason, saliva is secreted by the salivary glands. Second, the food we take in is complex in nature and not at all in simple sugars. Hence, to break this down into simple sugars, saliva is secreted. Saliva has one enzyme known as salivary amylase, which break down tough starch, which is a tough complex substance, into simple sugars. This is further modified by the help of this is further broken down by the help of teeth and tongue, which causes a rolling and cutting process respectively. Then the food which is swallowed goes down the esophagus. Now, there's an important movement in the esophagus known as peristalsis. So, the linings of the walls of the esophagus has muscles which contract rhythmically in order to push the food downwards towards the stomach. This movement is known as peristalsis. Keep in mind, this movement is known as peristalsis. Now, the food which has gone down the esophagus goes to the stomach. Here, this is the stomach. Okay. Now, the stomach over here, as I was saying, the food which reaches the stomach has to be broken down. Actually, the stomach is a place where food is actually broken down into quite where main part of the digestion takes place in the stomach. Here, okay, it's beside the liver, and the liver is also very important. I'll come to that actually. Anyway, the wall of the stomach has a gland known as gastric glands. Make a note. It's known as gastric glands. Gastric glands Gastric glands produce three main components: hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and mucus. We know pepsin is a protein-based enzyme which can only act upon the food when the medium is acidic, and this is achieved by the mixing of hydrochloric acid to the food which comes to the stomach. Then then the pepsin acts on it. But we know that hydrochloric acid is quite acidic and hence may harm the walls of the stomach. In order to protect the walls of the stomach, the mucus is secreted. Mucus protects the walls of the stomach. Then, after the digestion takes place, a muscle known as gastric sphincter pushes the food in the stomach to the small intestine bit by bit, so that a lot of pressure is not applied to the small intestine. In the small intestine, we have two organs basically which secrete juices. One, the small intestine itself. Second, it's the liver. Third, it's the pancreas, which is present over here. Actually, it's under that. Yeah. So this is the pancreas actually. So the third is the pancreas. Yeah. No, sorry. This is the kidney. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. There's a I think it's missing over here. Doesn't matter. The pancreas comes under the stomach. So make a note. Liver, pancreas, and small intestine itself produce the juices necessary for digestion in the small intestine. Liver produces a juice known as bile. Bile is actually very useful. I'll come to that why. Okay, so the bile juice is secreted by the liver. Now, the liver, we know that the food coming from the stomach to the small intestine is actually acidic in nature. To make it basic in nature, alkaline in nature, so that the pancreatic juices can act on it, bile is secreted. Bile has two main uses. The first use is that to make it to make the food alkaline in nature, so that the juices of the pancreas can act on it. Second, to break down big flat globules which cannot be digested by the enzymes of the pancreas to simple fats to simple fats which can easily be digested by the enzymes. This process is known as emulsification. That is the conversion of fat globules into simple fats. Next, the pancreas secrete three main enzymes known as amylase, trypsin, and lipase. Amylase converts carbohydrates to glucose. Trypsin converts proteins to it. It Trypsin converts proteins to amino acids, and finally lipase converts this simple fat into glycerol. So again, emulsification also takes place here. Now, the intestine itself produces juices which help in digestion. Finally, for absorption, the inside the small intestine there are small finger-like hair-like protrusions known as villi. These villi increase the surface area for absorption of food. The villi is richly supplied with blood capillaries in so that the food can easily be absorbed into the bloodstream. After the food is absorbed, the food goes to the large intestine. The main use of large intestine is to absorb the water present in the leftover water from the leftover food. In the whole after water is absorbed, the waste product of digestion. Finally, the leftover food gets stored in the rectum. Finally, it's ejected out from the anus. So friends, that's all. This is how digestion takes place. Hope you found this video helpful. Goodbye.